Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again with episode number 5 of the Chelsea Career Mode here on Xbox One. Now, of course, we're heading into a cup game, as you can see on screen. Capital One Cup actions, the first cup football of the season so far. We do, in fact, have 2 cup games in this episode. There is the start to the Champions League campaign coming up soon. But we start away at Yeovil, and before things get going in this one, I want to say thank you again for the amazing support you guys have shown the channel over the weekend. Last Friday's Career Mode episode didn't do as well as the previous few had. The first 3 are well over 100 likes now, which is absolutely superb, and over 1,000 views. So if we could hit maybe 90 to 100 likes again on this one, then that would be absolutely superb. If you guys could do that for me, I would be extremely grateful. But as you can see, Frank Lampard scores a screamer. We go 1-0 up away at Yeovil after a couple of early chances. Kevin De Bruyne having the first chance to bought the corner. The corner comes about, and then Lampard's there. Just a standing swing with the outside of the right foot. Not really too much backlift, but gets the power behind it, like Frank Lampard has the ability to do, to put us 1-0 up right into the top-hand corner. Kevin De Bruyne's going to be involved again, taking this corner. It's going to come in, and Samuel Eto's actually going to win the header as the defender falls to the ground, but it comes back off the bar. So we went in at half-time 1-0 up, and Yeovil were decent opposition actually. I'll give them credit. They had definitely put up a fight and were quite solid defensively, apart from a couple of clear-cut chances that we were able to create. But Willian's going to whip the crossing from this right-hand side. Up goes Varane, picks up his first goal for the club since signing from Real Madrid, and delighted for him, to be honest. I played players like Varane and Kevin De Bruyne, etc., in this game, and Willian, the new signings, to give them a feel of what lower league football is like in England, what it's like to play these early rounds of an English domestic cup. So I was pleased that they rose to the challenge and were able to get or put in good performances. Andre Schürrle came close here again. Decent shot with his left foot. I tried to play that with his right, but he took it a little bit earlier than I wanted him to, and it swept across that far left-hand side. But fortunately, that was the end result. We're going to progress through to the next round of the Capital One Cup with a 2-0 win over Yeovil. So we actually have Everton in the next game in that competition, but we get some bad news. Willian's broken his ankle out on international duty with Brazil, which is absolutely devastating, considering he's been playing very, very well for us in all honesty. But like I said earlier on, we're coming into Champions League football now. We've got Zenit St. Petersburg at home. We also have AC Milan and Olympiacos in our group, but Hulk was an absolute thorn in my side in the opening 20 minutes. 2 minutes in, he has his first chance there. Decent effort, played through really, really nicely. Ashley Cole didn't track the run, and he will be disappointed with the fact that he wasn't able to hit the target. And again, this time from range, again on that solid left foot. Hulk was actually linked with Chelsea in real life for quite a, well, basically for about 2 years now. Every single transfer window we seem to be linked with him, especially when he was at Porto, but of course he chose to go to Russia. Whether that was financially motivated, we're not too sure, but they came close again there. If he'd have taken that with his right foot, perhaps waited for it to come across his body, swept it under the goalkeeper as he was diving, we could have found ourselves 1-0 down there. But nonetheless, we push further on into the first half. They can't get their lines clear. Mata plays into Torres, decent save, and unfortunately the follow-up isn't able to get there. The goalkeeper clears it to a defender rather than the on-rushing striker. But Torres has another effort there. You'll see from the replay here, this deflection could have gone anywhere. It was going straight towards the goalkeeper, and if it had taken a bigger deflection, that could easily have swung right into the top right-hand corner. So we were unfortunate there not to take the lead through that, but we went in at half-time at 0-0. But I was confident, having kind of stemmed the flow of their chances early on, that we were going to be able to push on in the second half and get a positive result out of this one. And David Luiz is going to play a lovely lofted through ball towards Eden Hazard. He's actually going to cut back inside and find David Luiz again with a nice 1-2, and unfortunately he scuffs the effort. Keeper again probably should have held on to that one, but for a second time in the game, palms the ball, pushes the ball away from the goal, but towards a defender, crucially, as opposed to pushing it towards another striker. And Torres whipped the effort there. Unfortunately, went just wide. But that was going to be his last involvement in the game. I was going to take him off and bring on Essien and Andre Schürrle in a triple substitution that saw, as you can see, Diego Costa coming onto the pitch as well. And it was the 2 substitutes that linked up very, very well indeed for our first goal of the game. Andre Schürrle breaking down the right-hand side, using his pace, whips it in, and the technique on that header is second to none. Honestly, Diego Costa, he was good on 360. He was good on quote-unquote current gen, even though I guess current gen is now next gen. But on Xbox One, he is just another level of amazing. He's just since he's come in, he's just done nothing but score goals. 23 million for Diego Costa was an absolute steal, and I cannot recommend him highly enough for you to pick up on a career mode series because he's been the difference for us so far this year. Samuel Eto'o has not been firing on all cylinders whatsoever, still to pick up a goal for us. And Fernando Torres is doing well, but still hasn't quite found his rhythm despite scoring a couple of goals. Juan Mata comes very close there, and again, it's the substitute that gets on the score sheet. It's Andre Schürrle, gets an assist for the first one, and then picks up the pieces for that second goal to give us a comfortable 2-0 victory. So that's 2 games so far in this one, and 2-0 victories. So we're doing very, very well so far this season. We're scoring goals, we're keeping clean sheets, which again is vital in all competitions, because goal difference, especially in the Premier League, can be the be-all and end-all at the end of the season. So if we can continue that run up, then I'll be very, very pleased indeed. But the game against Fulham wasn't too long after the Zenit St. Petersburg game, so I made a few changes, brought in a few rotation players. Essien got a start, De Chilio and Danilo started at wing-backs. As you can see, Eden Hazard is still in the starting lineup though, whips the ball in, up goes Branislav Ivanovic, and that's his second headed goal of the season. Obviously scored the third away at Manchester United with a header from a corner as well, coming in off the post, and this time rises well to put the ball into the bottom corner to make it 1-0 to us against Fulham. They came very, very close there as well. They'll be disappointed that wasn't able to sneak in the far post. I think that's Britta Hangeland. And Fulham are a decent side. You know, this South West London derby means a lot more to them than it does to Chelsea, perhaps. But one thing of note, is this or is this not a penalty? I couldn't decide at the time, and I was a little bit annoyed. But I don't think that he makes the defender there, Derek Bote, makes any attempt to play the ball. He just pushes Hazard out of the way, and I think we should have had a pen there. But let me know in the comment section what you think of that particular incident. Is it controversial, or was it just me being a little bit hopeful? But as you can see, at half-time, we were completely dominant. Bit 50-50 in possession, you know, they had a lot of the ball, but they just weren't creating chances, which was good for us. And the second half was actually a bit of a damp squib, unfortunately. There wasn't too many chances, a couple of dodgy efforts. Lampard's going to play the ball into to Michael Essien here, who's going to give it a whack. He does have a good strike from distance. If you remember the goal he scored against Arsenal quite a few years ago, is absolutely fantastic. That shot from behind the ball, where it swings out left to come back inside the far left-hand post, is absolutely superb. But another scuffed shot from Dimitar Berbatov is actually going to round out the second half. It's a poor second half, but the goal from that man, Branislav Ivanovic, is going to be enough to see us get another 3 points in the league, and of course another clean sheet, which is extremely pleasing. So at the league table as it stands after 4 games, is we are sat third, 2 points behind the 100% record of Manchester City and Tottenham. But still, you know, we've only conceded 2 goals. We've scored 8, so our goal difference is +6 after 4 games, which is decent. I'm pretty pleased with the way things are going so far in this Chelsea career mode. We're progressing nicely in the domestic cup, in the Capital One Cup, and we've picked up a decent victory in our opening Champions League game as well. So that is going to bring this one to a close, guys. Please do feel free to leave the video a like if you could be so kind. Like I say, if we could hit 100 again, I would be over the moon. But if you aren't subscribed to the channel, then do feel free to do so you don't miss out on any Xbox One content. There will be a link in the description so you can do that, or an annotation on the screen over the subscribe button. And if you missed the previous episode in this series, there will be an annotation over the little snippet of gameplay you can see there under the word previously, which of course indicates the previous episode. So feel free to click on that if you missed it. That was last Friday's video, and that is going to bring this one to a close, like I said. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow with episode number 6.